Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy.
Evening folks, Tuesday evening. It's been a kind of quiet day. We haven't done too much. We have done some housework and we've been around to the shop because it's a friend's birthday tomorrow and he's 78. So we've bought him a nice card and a silly present, which I'm sure he'll love. So we're going down there tomorrow just to see him for a bit because he lives on his own. We're going down with his son and his son's girlfriend. They're taking us down. They offered to take us down the other day, so we're going to go down and see him. It's the same guy we went to see on Christmas Eve, as I told you about in my other video. Like I say, it's been quite quiet today. It's been quite mild, a little bit chilly, don't get me wrong, a little bit chilly, but not as cold as it usually is at this time of year. I've done a lot of stuff again on my PC. It seems to be a recurring theme. But last night we did finally watch the last 4 episodes of the last season of Call the Midwife and the Christmas special. So that was my night take nut last night. I didn't watch the Liverpool match, and the reason I didn't is because I thought, to be honest with you, I thought we'd lose. I did predict that we would lose. I said 2-0, but 2-1. But to be honest with you, I can't say we deserve win because we didn't. We didn't play very good at all. But on the other hand, I'm more concentrating on the Premier League and the Champions League, because if he wins the Premier League, nobody will give a monkeys about the FA Cup. Nobody will say a word about the FA Cup. If he can lift the Premier League title with Liverpool, that's it. He's just reached legendary status. Do you know what I mean? So go Jurgen Klopp. I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Reed will be smiling his head off that we lost to Wolves. But it's just one of them things. He doesn't seem to... I think if we were about 4th or 5th in the table, I think he'd have put out a much stronger squad. I really do, because if you looked at our defence, once Lovren got injured, we had a 16-year-old, an 18-year-old, a central defender, and Alberto Moreno. That was our defence. That was the 4 in defence. Now, you notice Wolves, they played with almost their first team squad. Now, bear in mind, this Wolves squad was the same squad that beat Tottenham 3-1 at Tottenham, and they had their full-strength squad out, Tottenham did. So to lose to Wolves isn't that much of an insult, really. It would have been if we'd have had a full team out. If we'd have had the full squad out, you know, Mane up front and Firmino and Salah, and then the full midfield and the full defence, what we normally have, then I would feel a bit disappointed. But I'm not disappointed. I'm really not. It's one of those things, anyway. FA Cup's FA Cup. You know, you get some teams winning 7-0, and you get other teams that have had fantastic results. I mean, Newport County knocking out Leicester was absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the biggest shocks I've seen, that. And Cardiff going out and all. Oldham beat Cardiff? I can't remember. Anyway, I didn't really concentrate that much on the football this weekend. It was mainly about getting TV watched and stuff. Now, by the time we'd finished watching all the Call the Midwives last night, it was 12:15. So when I went up, I actually missed doing my reading. So I'm going to be doing extra reading tonight because I didn't do any yesterday at all. I didn't have a chance. I am hoping to start on my brickhead stroke Lego building tomorrow, which is a football with the Liverpool crest on it. And I've said before, it's over 600 pieces, so it's going to take some doing. Me and Deb are good. I've still got a little bit of a sniffle, as you can hear. It doesn't seem to want to leave me, but I know that there's a lot of people with flus and colds and you know, all sorts of bad stuff, so this is just mild, really. It's quite mild. We were hoping to go downtown today, but we just changed his mind. It was just one of them things where we thought we'd go down, and then we just said, "No, we'll leave it." We're not. Just after Christmas, I noticed a lot of people the same. Just after Christmas, you sort of watch the pennies a lot more, because the one thing we don't do, you see, we don't build up massive amounts of debt over Christmas and then spend all year paying it off. We don't do that. We'd rather be skint at the start of the year, and then a month in or 2 months in, be fine, rather than paying off Christmas until next Christmas. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad people are still watching my videos. I went on to the news stories earlier, and some of them it's quite bizarre. I think most of it, to be honest, is about politics now. I saw one story. Now, it is quite bad, but it still made me laugh because of an old joke. A woman who went in to the doctors with an eye infection, her cream got mixed up. The pharmacist and the doctor, obviously they couldn't understand the writing, and they ended up giving her erectile dysfunction cream. and it caused her to have blisters and her eye to swell up and go red, and she's had it all changed and everything. But all I remember is a joke years ago saying that they'd bought out a liquid version of Viagra that you rub in your eyes. Apparently it makes you look well odd. Now, that was the joke that was going around a few years back. So to see somebody that's actually done it, a doctor, a GP and a flipping chemist have actually messed up and done it, so this poor woman has had this cream in, it kind of takes a bit of a shine off the joke. But we always used to have things like that. Used to have one that if you don't swallow Viagra properly, you'll get a stiff neck. All this kind of, all these jokes that were just literally circulating years ago. I also saw today on the news to do with, it doesn't seem to go a day now without somebody getting accused of either sexual misconduct, one of the stars, or paedophilia. Now, it's getting to the point now where it seems to be everybody as a target. Everybody. I do believe that they are out there, and I don't believe that just because you're a celebrity and you're a star, you wouldn't do things like that. History has proved us that fact. It doesn't make a difference. You could be a multi-billionaire and still be a paedophile. You could be somebody on the street and still be a paedophile. It doesn't seem to change with stature. The only thing is, obviously, the more money you've got, how can I put this without sounding horrible and having somebody coming down on me like a ton of bricks? The more money you've got, the easier it is to cover it up and to pay people off so that they won't say anything. Obviously, if you're just Joe on the street, the chances of you, if you did do something like that, you would not get away with it. You would get caught, collared, prisoned, whatever, which is what you deserve. But the richer you are, the more leeway you tend to have. You know what I'm saying? You can afford to give backhanders and get all that sort of stuff done. But I'm not saying, every rich person does that. I'm not saying that. There's a lot of good people out there. Just as many good people as bad people these days, to be honest with you. The only thing is people say, oh, it was different in my day. No, it wasn't different in my day. The only difference in my day was there was no social media or as much media to propel it. When I grew up in the 70s, we only had like 3 channels, ITV, BBC and BBC Two, and I think that was it really. Channel 4 and Channel 5 came much later, and obviously the internet was way past that. So when I grew up, every news story we saw was either on the BBC News, on the news channels, or it was in the newspaper. And of course the problem with the newspaper is you get yesterday's news. The internet's taken that all away, do you know what I mean? So anything that happens now, you literally know about it within a few minutes of it happening. That's how, up to date and stuff we are. But it can have a bad effect as well, because like when we got married, we had to actually say to people, Luke, yes, you're at our wedding, but please, please, please do not post any wedding photos until we have posted ours. It was our day. And credit to everybody who turned up, they all abided by that rule, that none of them sneaked a photo here on Facebook or here there on Instagram or whatever. Nobody did it. So when we put our wedding photos on, which is going back nearly 5 years now, when we put our wedding photos on, we were the first. But it's bad that we actually, we were in a position where we had to say to people, can you please not put any photos on, because, our photographer is paid to take these photos, so please don't take any photos and put them on social media. Don't, send a photo showing me and Deb saying, oh, I'm just at this wedding, because, that's not what we wanted. Again, though, it's the ups and downs of the internet, isn't it? You can have good stuff, you can have bad stuff. I love the internet. I think the internet's fantastic. I get a lot of information off it. I get a lot of, positives from it. But also you get a lot of negatives from it. I've had abuse on the internet before now. I've had stalker on the internet before now, a long time ago. I've also had people deliberately putting me posts down just for the sake of it. They don't give a reason. Prime example is years ago I was on a poetry site called the Starlight Cafe, and I just starting off writing poetry on the internet. And I said to somebody, look, I said if you I said to the group, I said if you've got any criticism, any constructive criticism, let me know. So I wrote this poem and I put it on there, and I got lovely comments from all over the world, except just for one comment that just said, "This is shit." Well, how does that help you as a writer to go forward? What's shit about it? Is it bad writing? Is it bad verse? Did they not like do they not like the subject? This was just somebody who obviously decided in their infinite wisdom to write something nasty to make somebody feel bad. And it didn't make me feel bad. It just made me think, you sad person. And But it's only a one-off, you know. You don't get that very often, but when you do get it, you have to sort of take it on the chin and move on. Anyway, I've done nearly 10 minutes, so that's my video for today. You all take care. Do another video tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.